Hello, my name is Carl Bramore. I'm going to share a reflection of my leadership experience with through my portfolio and my internship, my field work that I had for the two classes. That kind of shaped my growth as I feel as like an emerging educator or leader in education. One of the most powerful, I think, experiences or impactful experiences that I had was probably with my ESOL professional development that I did with the school. It was really cool because I felt it was impactful for a lot of teachers, because after that a lot of them came to me asking for professional development help with I guess vocabulary development for some of their classes, helping them out with ESOL accommodations. They're all pretty happy, especially because we have a lot of teachers from different cultures here, and I think it was impactful to them to see me kind of advocating for these students, and they appreciated that. Also, I think observing the elementary and middle school levels gave me insight in how decisions are made and at each tier and how each one's different. I've only really taught at a high school level. I taught 1 year in middle school, but where I went, they were really cool schools. Like Garrison was great. I really admired that principal there, and how kind she was to just everybody, and everybody had a voice. It seemed like there wasn't like a dictatorship or anything like that. She was very just genuine in everything with her leadership, and I like that. Some things I learned that I think are crucial with being a leader is communication. I think in all of my reflections I talk about communication, how important it is. And it goes with everything, with collaboration, with DDI, anything that's going on in school, you have to communicate well. I've learned how crucial it is to establish trust with leadership. You want your supporting team pretty much to trust you. Do what you say. That's another thing with Maxwell, was a big thing with trust, advocating. You want people to kind of buy in and then help develop them to reach their full potential. You want to see them become leaders within your own leadership. I think that the communication, supporting teachers and developing, even with the snowstorms and the hurricanes, you really have to be ready to real world problem solving too, and implement your policies and be, from the get-go, out of the gate, make sure everybody buys in with that. I think it's very important. I think Northhouse situational leadership is probably one, adapting my leadership style. I think with every day, with everywhere I went, with the middle school, the elementary, every day at high school, I got to see how critical it is to adapt my leadership approach depending on the context and the experience with those I work with. Supporting new teachers. I have a new teacher next door, and I try and support her as best I can. Sometimes I need support too, and have a open mind and have a coaching approach. You got to delegate responsibilities too. That was something else with Northhouse reading about, was delegating, giving everybody a role so you're not doing so much. Don't be like a dictator. Lessons from my mentor. She was great. Worked with me every day. If I had any questions, she'd answer them. She modeled how to lead with accountability. She had me involved in everything. There was meetings, she would let me know. She added me to the calendar, the leadership team. Any opportunity there was for me to be in a leadership type of role, she added me to it. Even with the district, with the leadership and how to lead data meetings, was because of her and her recommendation for me doing that. The IB program, getting to go there and become a leader with that as well. I think she's just a good role model and someone I want to model an approach with. She's always someone you can trust. I think when you ask her for something, it gets done, and I think that's very important with being a leader. Let's see. I think overall, I'm gonna try to wrap this up. The experience really made me reflect on myself as a leader. I look back at the leaders I've had, like principals that I've had, and their styles that I can take from and maybe leave parts and just kind of be a blend, a mesh of everything. I've learned it's not all about control. Everybody has a vision, and you want to see that vision become a reality. So, delegating roles, be prepared, passionate about it, be a positive impact in the school and the community, get the community involved, because that's really big. Have a voice. And once again, I think communication, and that's an area I kind of known to struggle with, is communicating. But it's an area that I can definitely grow from. I realize that's an area I need to grow, and I can work on that. It's nice to know that I have something to work on. Which will there be a ton more, but I think communicating on just with everything is very important. Anyways, thank you for watching my reflection. I think I went a little bit over here. Was grateful for this class. I really enjoyed every aspect of it. I really loved Maxwell's books. North House was great, and doing the questionnaires and seeing areas where I need to grow, areas where I may be excelling, but it's nice, and it's constantly evolving. And I look forward to continuing my journey. I have a passion to lead, and I have a purpose, and this was a great experience for me. Thank you.